Hey, viewers and viewresses, my name's Andrew, or Red,
And
whatever you want to call
today
me.
you learned. What did you learn today?
Today I learned that apparently Phil is joining me for another episode of Reddit, where we're looking at the Today I Learned.
You're learning something exciting and new. This is like the facts Reddit, where we learn something interesting and see what it's all about. Today I learned that Andrew is actually secretly a brony. So there we go.
Yeah,
yes,
indeed. You know, I can name all the main characters from that show. You know, do you want me to do that, Phil? Do you want me to do it right now?
No, because today I learned Anthony Bourdain called Ratatouille simply the best food movie ever made. But this was due to details like the burns on cook's arms, accurate to working in restaurants. He said they got it right and understood movie making. And he got a thank you credit in the film for notes he provided early on.
Well, there you go. You learned that, Phil. Have you actually watched Ratatouille?
No, I haven't.
Either.
But I have seen clips of it. And is it like the rat controls the guy who's the chef to make, but he makes like the most wonderful meals.
The rat is
due to the help
chef
from the
or
rat.
something, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's interesting that you see these little details, because I know there's other food. Oh, what's that one? Oh, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I've heard
That's
of it.
another food.
Seen it,
yeah,
though.
that's another food movie. Yeah, but burns on cook's arms. That's interesting, because obviously cooks, when you're a line cook or something, you're in ridiculously hot environments, so that they would get burns. You know, there's lots of things frying, so bits will like spit out and burn. That's what apparently it's really, really stressful and hard-working job, and it can actually take a lot of steam out of you as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, there you go. You've learned that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Today I learned that Ava Longoria spent $6 million saving a film after her agent told her it was the right call. She now says it's the best money she ever spent. That film, John Wick. Another film I've never actually watched.
No, another film, but it's got Keanu Reeves in it, I believe.
Yes.
As well. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of money to. So I assume then was the film going to die then, and that was it. But she put in the extra bit of money to keep it going.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Is there anything more? I don't think there is, because I think we've done this before. But is there anything more when you press into the, you click into the thing, or is it just any like additional added text? No. Okay.
Pictures. That's all it is. Pictures for thee.
That's an interesting thing too. So I assume that the film was going to not do too well then. Yeah.
It was going to die before it reached.
There's a couple of movies I think for John Wick.
Yes. John Wick.
Yeah. Few ones, yeah.
I don't know the answer really, actually. On all honesty, Phil.
I don't know the answer either, Andrew.
No.
But next one. We learned that Jamestown Governor John Ratcliffe, who's the villain in Disney's Pocahontas, died horrifically in real life. After being tricked, ambushed and captured, women removed his skin with mussel shells, oh dear, and tossed the pieces into a fire as he watched. They skinned his face last and burned him at the stake.
Well, you know, these things happened in the past, didn't they, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, but what was he actually, I mean, in real life, he must have been doing some horrific things to himself then, in order to warrant that sort of response, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just part of the history of how, you know, indigenous American tribes were ultimately sort of forced off their land and just subject to...
That's appalling. That's
indeed.
Appalling. But the fact that they removed his... Have you seen, mussel shells are not that big. Removing his skin with them, that's going
take a while.
That's going to smart in the morning.
Smart in the morning. He sounded like you went almost a bit West Country then, Phil.
Smart in the morning, that's it. And then tossed him into a fire. Well, you've got to feel sorry for the tribes back then, Native Americans, where they got forced off their land. Yeah, they haven't had a great history.
No.
At all.
It's not been great for them the last few hundred years, but
no.
Indeed, yes. That's pretty brutal. There we are.
Okay.
When Great British Bake Off host Mel and Sue would see a contestant crying out of frustration or disappointment, they'd use their quotes to block the person from cameras or start swearing a lot so the footage was unusable.
Oh, okay, that's pretty nice actually.
Yes,
that's pretty nice. So, because I know it's very, very stressful when you're in a competition as that, because you see some of the creations. Some of them are outstanding.
They are quite something, aren't they?
and when you screw things up, that's a good idea too. That's very nice of them to basically stop them from being aired, because there's things in it. Well, you know what the producer could do is a little sort of fuck you. Is they could say, right, well, we'll do it after 9 o'clock then. It doesn't matter that you swear.
After the watershed, yes.
Yeah.
The Great British Bake Off after dark.
After dark.
Everyone's baking naked.
I have seen. Oh God! Can you imagine? Imagine if you've got like frying bacon. You know what frying bacon's like? Spits everywhere. Oh, go. Ooh.
No, thank you.
I know there've been some very disappointing things. Like there was one famous scene where the person made that, I think it was like a cheesecake, and it needed to be kept in the fridge, but another contestant took it out of the fridge and put it to the side because they put theirs in, and they were going to put it back in the fridge and forgot about it, and it became ruined.
Something like that. Yeah. Indeed.
And it ruined it for them.
Yeah. I don't really watch I never really watched the Great British Bake Off, so I don't know too much about it, other than it's about baking, Phil.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Good old baking. That's all we know.
And Mary Berry was in it, and Paul Hollywood, I'm assuming,
then
is still in it.
Yeah, then they moved to Channel 4.
Yes, indeed. And get your Hollywood handshake, ladies and gentlemen, because that was always a thing, wasn't it?
Was it? Okay. Oh, we got a John Wick one. So while filming John Wick 4, Keanu Reeves gifted stunt performers customized T-shirts showing how many times they died in the film, with some dying over 20 times. His personal team of stuntmen also received custom Rolex Submariner watches after filming as a token of appreciation.
My goodness. Well, when you have that kind of money, you can do that, I guess.
Well, just imagine you just keep getting a T-shirt every time. Like if you're one of the ones who dies a lot, here you go. Thanks. Here you go. Oh. I think I'm doing okay on shirts. No, but you died again. Here you go.
You got friggin' you died over 20 times and got this T-shirt as a result. Lovely.
Hopefully they kept the watches as well and didn't try and sell them on, because they would be probably worth quite a bit. Yeah.
Today I learned that after Germany beat Brazil 7-1 at the 2014 World Cup, Pornhub had to issue a plea to stop uploading highlights of the match to the site.
I remember that actually. That was crazy.
Yeah, was it not? People would upload them with titles like "Brazil gets fucked by Germany."
Yes,
like that.
It would be things like that. Yeah. With those sorts of titles, Brazil got hammered.
Yeah,
something like that. The funny thing was when I heard about it, we were actually having a meal at Guy's, would you believe, which is an Italian restaurant for those who don't know. And obviously the Italians would be supporting the Germans because they're very close to one another. And so at the time we were eating and it was on, and we told the waiter we want to know what the score is. Could you keep us updated?
Right.
And as we were eating, he came up to us and said 1-0, 1-0, and it's like, oh no. 1-0 to Brazil. No, he went, no, Germany, 1-0, 1-0. It's like, oh my God. Then he went away. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. I was like, oh my God. And he kept doing it, and it was like 5-0 at half time. And 5-0 at half time, and then they scored the last two, and it was 7-0, and Brazil scored one right at the end.
Yeah.
And we couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Oh wow. We got absolutely trounced.
Outstanding. I know, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Okay. So, 2007, a 53-year-old woman died from a stroke, and 4 people received kidneys, lungs, and liver transplants from her. All 4 of them developed breast cancer, with 3 of them dying from it. The donor had breast cancer that hadn't been found at the time of her death.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I guess
you've got to be careful with organ transplants, haven't you?
You do.
Things like that.
I imagine, I won't be surprised really if that's probably a case where that prompted a change in practice, where now they screen donors more thoroughly to make sure they haven't got anything that might develop later down the line after their death.
But how does that spread? Because if they were getting kidneys, lungs, and liver transplants, they weren't receiving any skin from the breast. But unless the cancer spread to those other organs,
it's tissue from a body, and I'm assuming for them to develop the cancer, they must already be, showing signs of.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because originally it was breast cancer, so the tissue that would be mutated and affected would be in the breast and wouldn't be in the kidneys, lungs, or liver. So no,
I think it means 4 people. One of them got the kidneys, one got the lungs, one got the liver, and yeah. So because obviously you have 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, 1 liver in your body, so it's like
but they were healthy. They were healthy kidneys, look. They didn't have cancer on them.
Well,
this is what I'm trying to understand, because they had the same thing. They got breast cancer from the donor, which, but they didn't use cells or tissue bits from the breast.
Oh,
it came kidneys, lungs were the ones that were transplanted. So that's what I'm saying. Unless the cancer spread down to her kidneys, lungs, and liver, that's what I'm thinking.
Because that's how it usually goes, doesn't it? It starts out in one part of the body, but what's the term? Metastasis, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's a hard old word, that one.
Yeah, it is a hard word.
Metastatizes, yeah.
I can't
Any medical maybe if you've got any medical professional in the viewers. Maybe you can explain on that a
Yeah,
bit more as
neither
well.
of us are medical doctors, so we could be talking out of our asses. Who knows? Indeed.
Neither of us are proper doctors. Anyway,
Wow.
so sorry. Oh dear. Oh, controversial. No,
I'm just going to
no,
go
of
and
course you
cry
are.
into my PhD thesis right now, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Charles Dance, Tywin Lannister, always ended scenes with co-star Peter Dinklage, Tyrion Lannister, by apologising for his character's awful comments and behaviour. Dance said Dinklage is the most adorable man. After all those scenes, I apologise to him because I have to treat him like shit.
Oh dear, yeah. Game of Thrones there.
I've never actually watched any Game of Thrones.
No, I know, but apparently it's oh god, they've got like 8 series now, so
Yeah.
it'd be a hell of a task to get in it.
Indeed.
To start it, but
Yes.
that's nice. That's some nice camaraderie
Camaraderie.
at the end of the ones. Because I suppose you have to, when you're acting, but as long as you're nice towards the end, it's always good, isn't it?
Yeah. The only thing I've ever seen Charles Dance in, because obviously I don't watch a lot of TV and film, was a BBC adaptation of Charles Dickens' not Great Expectations, Bleak House. That was where he plays the villain, or a villain in that one as well.
So it must be
Horn, the lawyer.
He's a villain. He
who's
must be the villain
sinister,
here, yeah.
Indeed. Let's see, over to you.
Okay. Thomas Jefferson. He wanted the official motto of the US to be "Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God." When it was rejected, he appropriated it for his own seal.
Well, yeah, indeed. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, why would it be sort of rejected? Possibly, is it maybe something because the Constitution says the government shan't technically favour any sort of specific religion or anything like that? Is it something along those lines?
Maybe it's like that, but he still gave the sort of final fuck you, didn't he? So I'm having it anyway for my own seal.
Yeah. Indeed.
Which president was he?
Was he like number 3?
Was he number 3?
Possibly, because it was like George Washington first. Was it John Adams second?
It's like trying to think, because I remember we did a Sir episode about the presidents. I can't remember where he came. I think you're probably right on there, 3rd.
Yeah, if he was a very early one. Indeed.
Oh, yeah,
Indeed. Today I learned when Carrie Fisher told Harrison Ford she was going to publish her journals and reveal they had an affair. Ford was married while filming Star Wars in 1977. Ford raised his finger and said, "Lawyer." Fisher said he could read it beforehand and take anything out. She sent it to him but never heard back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, there's lots of things going on there, isn't there?
There is a lot of things going on there. Well.
She had an affair with Harrison Ford, but he was married.
Indeed. Well, yes. Did you publish it then? In the end, or just unedited? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm sure, but the fact to think that he never said anything back was a bit. It seems a bit shifty, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
But R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
She dead.
Yeah, unfortunately. But Harrison Ford's still going strong.
He is, isn't he?
Okay. The Earth has a heartbeat. Okay, every 26 seconds. Scientists have detected a rhythmic microseismic pulse coming from somewhere in the ocean, and its exact cause is still unknown.
Mysterious.
Mysterious little pull. It's always something interesting to find, isn't there, in the ocean?
There is.
We just don't know. Still haven't discovered anything. Like I said, we've discovered more of space than we have of the ocean, which just goes to show you. And now it's finding the Earth's got its own little heart.
Yes. Wonder what it could be.
A huge, massive, gigantic earthquake that's going to take out the world.
Okay. Is it Cthulhu? Is he down in the depths of the ocean just waiting?
It's going to rise up. Or it's going to be like the Martians from War of the Worlds.
Oh,
where they come out of the ground. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Help. What do we do?
Yes. It would be bad. Well, there we go. The mysteries of the Earth, ladies and gentlemen. Today I learned, with stat total against it, 19-year-old Fabio Lanzoni moved to the US, and within 48 hours of arriving, he walked into the Ford modelling agency without an appointment and walked out with a $150k contract. Next day he was hired for the launch of Gap Inc., then began to pose for 15 book covers a day.
Wow. I don't know who he is, but from the way this is, he's probably a model then.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's probably a model. Wow, that's... Isn't it a thing that confidence can take you quite far?
Oh yeah,
if you show off a lot of confidence, yeah. So it's probably this is what was working out for him.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Some people are very good at projecting confidence and blagging their confidence. Sorry, I thought for a second I said conference.
Conference.
Projecting confidence and then blagging the way through things very easily.
Yeah, so it seems what's happened here, and he's now look what he's doing.
Yeah.
So next, today I learned Grant Imahara made a lifelike baby Yoda robot to visit children's hospitals and cheer them up before he passed away. Oh, isn't that
Oh,
nice?
good for him. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
A little baby Yoda robot. That'd be nice to see as well, especially if you have no idea what Star Wars is, though. You'd be like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of the most popular franchises in the world. I don't see how you wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Today I learned that Michael Keaton only had 17 minutes of screen time, even though the movie was called Beetlejuice.
Because he must play Beetlejuice then.
Yeah.
17 minutes. Jesus, that's really short.
Yeah.
But how much did he get paid for those 17 minutes?
Probably a
That's
lot,
the
right?
yeah, probably a lot. Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Indeed. Kind of looks like you on a Monday morning, doesn't he, Phil?
Not this Monday morning though,
No.
because you have to go to work. I was like,
Yes.
yeah.
Indeed.
Yes, I rise like a zombie.
Yes. We have to stand in front of a mirror and say your name 3 times in order to summon you. That's right.
Phil.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly.
Imagine if my own self meets me. Oh, hello. How you doing? Oh, not bad, thanks. How are you?
Dear
Oh,
me.
doing-
2 times the Phil, 2 times the fun. There we are.
You could fool that if you made a clone of yourself and then just did that, saying, "Watch this, Phil. Hello."
Brilliant.
Cause everyone to shit their pants.
Yeah. Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, okay. So, Taylor, during the film Planet of the Apes in 1967, the cast self-segregated. Lead actor Charles Heston said that the chimpanzees ate with the chimpanzees, the gorillas ate with the gorillas, the orangutans ate with the orangutans, and the humans ate off by themselves.
Strange.
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah.
Were they trying to get into the character of the film? Because obviously
Maybe, yeah.
it's all about apes
Tribes.
being like the
Yeah.
dominant race. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be honest, Planet of the Apes is a whole franchise I've never watched any movies in either.
I've watched the first one.
Have you
I
watched
have watched the first one, but I've not watched the other. I don't know what there's like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but I've only ever watched the first one.
All I remember, and it's time for your old favourite, Phil, it's time for a Simpsons reference right there.
Was it actually? I don't.
There
Was
was
a Simpsons reference with Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. Do you remember? It was the one where Selma, I think it was, and Troy McClure were dating, and Troy McClure was in like a stage show that's like a musical version. And it's like, "Get your paws off me, you damn dirty apes!"
Oh,
it
no.
was Earth
I do
all
remember that one.
along.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that
Dr.
one.
Sayers, that one.
I
Yes.
do remember that one. That was
You do.
funny.
There you go.
Okay.
Today I learned that Weird Al Yankovic doesn't need permission under US copyright law to make a parody of someone's song. He does so as a personal rule to maintain good relationships.
Yeah, he makes a lot of parodies of songs, I've
Yes.
noticed, as Weird Al Yankovic. But now, the fact that he doesn't need permission, that's
It's
crazy.
incredible.
Yeah, it's the fact that maybe people are liking it so much that
Yes.
well, he must obviously do it as a fun, not absolutely taking the piss out of it, but
Yeah.
sort of fun parody. That's why they're fine with it.
So there's a belter of a shirt he's got on there.
I know.
Love that.
It's very
That's
sort of
got some
like
colour.
it gives me the 70s vibe
Yeah, kind of.
in a way. Yeah.
Sort of bright colours. Yeah. Indeed.
Okay, Reggie from Nintendo had to fight to get Wii Sports as a pack-in free, and Miyamoto was not happy.
Oh dear.
Oh,
There
why
you
is
go.
that then? Why is that the case? That's an interesting, because I think because it came as free. It's the that Wii Sports is the most sold video game of all time
Yeah. Comes
because
in
it
free.
came obviously it came as free with the Wii. But I wonder why they had a bit of an argument about it.
Well, I guess the rest of them wanted to monetise it, didn't they? By the sound
Yeah.
of it, I would imagine.
See,
At
it's
least
still
a
got
different
got that business head on. That's the thing you got to think
Yes.
about, isn't it?
game. Indeed. You got to make that money. Okay.
Gotta make that
Ooh.
money. Yep.
Yeah, learn Looney Tunes Porky Pig's original voice actor, Joe Doherty, I assume is how you pronounce it, had a stutter he couldn't control. It caused production costs to become too high as his recording sessions took hours. Mel Blanc replaced him, allowing the stutter to be controlled and used comedically. Oh, that's unfortunate for the original voice actor.
Yeah, and also that's a bit nasty in a way because using the stutter now to be used comedically.
Yeah.
When people have stutters, you can't help it. You can't discriminate against someone with a stutter.
Yes.
It's the people will have that, and you've got to respect it. So I just think that's a bit nasty, to be honest.
Yeah, indeed. Your stutter is bad, so we're going to use someone else doing a stutter.
But to be fair, I have heard there were some not quite nice things about Mel Blanc. I've heard lots of sort of nasty things, but I think I think Mel Blanc also played Bugs Bunny as well.
Did he? I don't know.
Funny thing was he was allergic to carrots.
Oh
So,
dear.
there you go.
The irony.
So I learnt today that 9-year-old Jodie Foster was mauled by a lion on the set of Napoleon and Samantha, leaving her with scars on her back and stomach. While being held sideways in mouth and shook like a dog, she saw the crew running off. The lion did drop when told to, but it left her with lifelong arulophobia, which I believe is the fear of cats.
Is that what it is?
So, oh god, so you won't even like a default house cat then?
No.
Oh dear, that's awful. Where did the crew run off? Okay, yeah, it's a lion. A lion is a scary thing, but Jesus, someone should have provided some help or rung the fucking emergency services.
Well, sounds like someone. Well, they probably did ring the emergency services and all that, and probably someone, by the sound of it, did. Utter the command that it would recognise to drop whatever it had in its mouth. But yeah,
Imagine that.
pretty
What
damn
was
scary.
the command? What was the command? Oi, drop him now.
Drop him.
Would you kindly? Oh.
Yes.
Would you kindly drop him now? Would you kindly? Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Would you kindly? How many times can we say "would you kindly" in the next few seconds?
Do you know what that reference is?
No, I don't.
You don't know what that reference is? It's Bioshock.
Is it? Well, I haven't played Bioshock, so I don't know.
Oh, that was one of the ones you were.
I know. I
wanting
still
at
need
one
to play
stage.
it. Yeah, I still want to play them at some point.
Oh, they are good. They are good.
Yes.
Right. That's a bit of a nasty one. Poor girl.
Indeed. Should we do a couple more then, Phil?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Today I learned Vince Gilligan described his pitch meeting with HBO for Breaking Bad as the worst meeting he ever had. The exec he pitched to could not have been less interested, not even in my story, but about whether I actually lived or died. In the weeks after, HBO wouldn't even give him a courtesy no.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Some execs are like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're just not interested. If they're not interested in an idea, that's it. But now look at it. Breaking Bad is extremely popular.
Yes, I've never watched it, so don't know much about it.
No, I
than
don't,
It's
but-
Walter White and something about meth. But yes.
That's it. But it's very popular, and that's the thing when people give up. Look what happened with the first original. Was it the first original person who didn't sign on the Beatles? Oh dear.
Was it? I don't know. I just think of, for example, of like the Harry Potter books and how she sent to about 1,000,001 publishers first, and then eventually, so many of them just rejected it.
Yeah.
Indeed. So sucks, but you keep trying and all that. Last one then.
And
Phil?
finally, as an April Fool's Day prank in 1980, the BBC said that Big Ben was going to replace with a digital display and rename Digital Dave.
Digital Dave, nice.
That would be. Oh god, there's even a picture of what it would have looked like. I think there.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this picture. Hey, look at that.
That would be so funny if you did actually replace it with that.
Yes.
Imagine how much of an uproar that would cause.
I imagine there probably were some gullible people out there who probably did think this was serious back in the day, because there's always someone, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, do you know? I think I heard about this, and the fact that another thing about it was the fact that they, because they said they were doing it because they wanted to be more with modern times,
Right.
and that's why they were going to do it. Also, that would be a massive rigmarole. Getting up there, having to take the actual analog clock face out of
Yeah.
the Victoria Tower because. Hello, Big Ben is not the name of the tower, it's the name of the bell inside the tower.
Indeed.
But going up Victoria Tower and taking the actual analog face out and then putting the digital thing in. And then how are you going to link it? I mean, all the electronics that are going to actually have to make that work. Yeah.
Just a tower full of cables, Phil.
It will, yeah, so that'll be messy in itself.
Yeah, see?
I
They would
love-
they take the actual bells out instead of be one of those digital alarm clock beep, beep, beep. Just
Oh my God,
blaring over London, annoying everybody.
that would be horrendous, yeah.
It would be, yes.
I do love it when big companies pull off these April Fool's prank.
Yeah.
Well, there's one I heard that the BBC did way back, where they had a show on how you could grow your own spaghetti. Yeah, and they gave instructions of how to, and people apparently rang in going, "Oh, how to do it? What do I have to do? Where do I harvest them from?" It's like, oh my god.
Yes. When you
Okay, yes.
prank so
Spaghetti
hard.
is. I know. Yeah, spaghetti is made from a crop. So yeah, because obviously some of it's made from like durum wheat and all that. But to do, when they do pranks like this, it's so funny.
Yes. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was another Reddit with myself and Phil.
Hopefully
Wasn't it,
everyone's
Phil?
learned something as well.
Yes. And what are you taking most of all from this, Phil? What have you learned above all else?
That I really think we should have Digital Dave.
Digital Dave, yes. Let us Digital Dave, ladies and gentlemen.
And the fact that, I'm a very big fan of mussels, but I wouldn't want them going around scraping my skin off.
Scrape skin off with mussels, yes. Indeed.
I might try it tonight. I might get me a pack of mussel soap. Oh, no, but they'll be the ones they deal with have been the ones they've been still inside the shells.
Yes.
Maybe I should do it with an actual mussel, just rub it against my face. It's like, it's not really doing anything, this. And my cheek is starting to smell quite bad now, but...
Yes, for science, Phil, indeed.
Yeah. See how long. See, like the merger with a very slow method. Of, yeah, just me every day with a muscle on my face. I'm still not getting anywhere.
Yes, indeed. Well, there you go. So, usual outro spiel. Links to my social medias and propaganda channel in the video description. If you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. But on that, we're going to sign off now. So, it's goodbye from Phil.
And it's goodbye from Andrew.
Goodbye, everybody. Okay, and every time I go in or out of the door, does he... I'm guessing his position resets it to the left. That far. It's just to the back. Frame D. Okay. Luckily, as it did in the first game, it's like when we tried something, everything else pauses in the background, which is pretty good. Right. Carry on here with this one. Shit, as soon as I grab he's going back on the left, isn't he? No, he's going back. Okay. Well, wait then. Okay, that's the cage. So what's the deal with these things?